What's going on, guys? DStyleBoxing here. Thanks to those joining me live and to those that will be joining me on archive. Conor McGregor just finished sparring Paulie Malignaggi. In fact, pictures of the sparring session have been released. Okay, they have been released. One picture. Just one picture of the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna go over some of Paulie's tweets here in a moment, but Conor put a picture out, right, with both his hands behind his back at a pretty good distance from Paulie, by the way. And the tweet says, "And they say I don't have hands," or something like that, right? You can go to Conor's Twitter and check it out if you want. Okay. So I was curious because you can't gauge anything out of a picture. Okay. I can go to any fight, okay, get snaps and pictures of certain moments, and it can make it look like one guy is doing something spectacular or whatever, right? Now, there's no way to know what happened in the sparring session. No footage has been released of the sparring session, right? None. Okay, now let's go over Paulie's, tweets here. Now, keep in mind a couple things to keep in mind, right? Conor's been training, right? He's been sharp and all that. Also, Paulie has been literally retired, and was talking about getting back into the gym and all that. So just keep that in mind, right? Also, keep in mind that he didn't knock out Paulie in sparring. Okay, it's just I know. It's only sparring and this, that, and third. I'm just saying, right? Um, So I can't see the message that they sent him because it says the tweet's unavailable. However, he replied by saying, and you can find this, by the way, Paul Malignaggi is his Twitter handle if you want to check out those themselves, okay? LOL, we both did a lot of that, actually. I have to say the banter and trash talking made it fun. Hashtag good work, right? So Paulie's basically saying they were both talking trash while they were sparring, and he was having fun doing it. Another tweet. This is a reply to this tweet. Is this you? What is your assessment of the Notorious MMA now? He looks like he handled you no problem. Hashtag 49 and 1. Paulie replied, was good work. If you can make out what kind of session we had based on a picture, you must really have some telepathic powers you utter among, right? He also put good rounds last night with Notorious MMA. That is Conor's Twitter. My code is sparring details. Stay in the gym. Look forward to helping him get ready for August 26th. He retweeted the picture of that Conor put, by the way. Someone asked him, how can he not show respect to a champion like you? He put work is work. The respect comes before and after. It does make the boxing more fun to talk shit and showboat. We both did our share. LOL. Okay, so there you go. That's pretty much all he really said about. Then he's talking about politics. I don't give a shit about all that. But anyway, let's see. Paulie's doing it. We're both doing their fair share of showboating, their fair share of talking trash, their fair share of all that. Now, let me just say this, okay? It's one thing to have fun, and that's great. Okay, but let me tell you this right now. How is that helping Conor? Come August 26th. How's that helping him? Trying to do photo ops, because it seems to me the strategy of the Conor team is, and it's just every sparring session that they have, the strategy is take pictures of a moment that Conor looks good, right? I mean, that's basically what the strategy is. A picture, all right? Like, you know how fast fighters move in 1 second? A picture is literally time frozen, right? If they sparred for 30 minutes, they say, I mean, you're only getting a snapshot of 0.001 time. That's all you're getting, right? You're not getting the full picture here, okay? I mean, but there you go. From the looks of it, it looks like they were both sparring. By the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like the sparring was that serious, right? It just doesn't. If we're talking about how fun it was and all that and yippee, it doesn't sound like you were really taking shit serious, and it doesn't sound like you're really preparing yourself for the opponent you have on the 26th, right? And I would love to see the footage. They're not going to release the footage. I can tell you that much right now. Okay, I would love to see it. I would love to see the sparring footage. I asked Paulie if there's sparring footage. Now, granted, I'm not holding it against him. Nobody should be like Floyd doesn't film his. He prohibits filming of his sparring. So that's not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying I would like to see it, right? And also, given the history of the Conor camp, who have been notorious, pun intended, of editing footage to make it look like he was getting the best of Van Heerden. And then the real footage was released later on, showing that was nowhere near the case. Okay? Altered footage and still photos will tell you what happened in the sparring session. Right? You get to Conor planned the whole putting my hands behind my back thing. Okay? He planned that. Right? That's since the moment they started sparring, he's like, get the camera ready. I put my hands behind my back, snap the picture. That's what happened, right? So at the very least, though, I will say this: he does have Paulie there. Paulie's a good boxing mind. I just don't know if Conor has Paulie there to prove a point, or if he has Paulie there really to prepare for August 26th. I don't know why he has Paulie there, right? And remember how Paulie went out? Okay, what was it, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right? He didn't go out on top, man. He got destroyed. And I think did he have another fight after that? I don't even remember. Right? I think he tried to get a European title or something. But Paulie definitely fell from grace, okay? Paulie was always a solid B-level fighter, right? And he's retired. He's older now, okay? As you saw his decline in later years. So I really hope, Conor doesn't get a false sense of security if he's having competitive sparring sessions with Paulie Malignaggi, right? Also, what are you having Paulie try to mimic things that Floyd Mayweather is going to do? Because if not, then the sparring is ludicrous at that point, right? Now, these still photos, they're definitely selling the fight. There's people buying it. You know what I mean? I have a good feeling we're going to see the sparring footage come out after the fight. Okay, and then let me tell you something right now. If they were to release the sparring footage right now, and it showed that Conor was having a hard time with Paulie Malignaggi, right? That wouldn't be good for ticket sales. It wouldn't be good for pay-per-view, right? People would be like, "Holy shit!" Because right now they've been telling the whole it's fake, it's this, is that, right? So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, hey, maybe they have sparring footage of Conor whooping his ass. Who knows? We don't know, right? We just don't know. If you look closely at Conor's tweets, he never claims that he's beating the sparring partners up. He just puts one-liners and there's a picture there. So if it's ever discovered that he was getting his ass whooped, he could say, "Hey, I wasn't giving false information. I was just posting pictures of me, in action. That's all, right?" If you really look at that. And also, I've never in my life seen such emphasis on sparring, right? I've never, you don't see, this is something you don't see, right? Boxers don't go out of their way to get good photo. Maybe there's been some, but it's not really a thing, let's take this photo where I look good, like I'm schooling my sparring partners. Like you don't really see that in boxing circles. You just don't. It's not a thing. You hear stories and stuff like that, but I want to see the sparring footage. I hope it leaks. I hope somebody leaks it. I want to see it, right? I want to see what's up because I'll never forget. When I heard, oh my God, Conor was beating the shit out of Chris Van Heerden, and it was all over. MMA websites are posting about it. Oh, Conor schools pro boxer, and like, and all this shit. And then like they released the real footage, and now it's that's not real. Conor wasn't taking that serious, and this, that, and the third. So I want to see the footage. Right? I hope it leaks. I really do. I want to see it. Okay, I want to see the footage. Right? Some Irish fighters that are really backing up Conor because he's their boxers who are backing him up because he's their home country guy, are posting pictures of themselves putting their hands behind their backs in boxing matches. Like, okay, look, if Conor wants to put his hands behind his back and in a fight against Floyd, knock yourself out. But like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's see it. Not sure if there's anything else to add here. Not sure there's anything else to add. I'm telling you right now, every day of sparring, Paulie's going to get sharper, right? So he's going to give Conor some work. I can tell you that much right now, right? The sharper he gets, that's going to help Conor, right? And I don't know how much I don't know the last time. Who knows? When is the last time Paulie sparred? I have no idea, right? So Paulie did say they both did their fair share of showboating. Okay, so that's why I want to see it, man. I want to see what they both did to showboat. I want to see what they were saying. Okay, but I know they won't release. Like, this is how you know, right? If Conor was getting the best of Paulie and really humiliating him like that, you don't think they would release that to the public? You don't think they would put that video out? So it could be like, look, Conor, he's schooling a former world champion in boxing. He's humiliating him. That would help sell the fight. I mean, it would. But that's why I know that didn't happen. Right? Because if they release the footage and he's struggling against Paulie, that doesn't look good. Right? That's not a good look. If he lands a good clean left on Paulie and Paulie's still standing, right? Or just shakes it off like it's nothing, that doesn't look good. The mystique is selling this fight. There's a mystique that's selling this fight. The touch of death is selling this fight. Like, oh, he just touched Floyd, he's going down, he's going to kill him. Okay? If Conor lands that left, Floyd's going to die. That's what's selling this fight. Like, Floyd's better. Floyd will be outboxing him throughout, but the moment the left lands, it's over. So we'll see. All right, we will see. And look, if he's competitive with Paulie Malignaggi, then that's good, right? That's even though Paulie's been out for a while and this is probably his first sparring session in months, if not over a year, it's still impressive. Okay, but we'll see how it goes. I'll keep track of Paulie's little Twitter timeline here. Paulie does have an ego, so if people keep saying, hey, you're getting your ass whooped, you're getting your ass whooped. I mean, myself, along with others, have already told Paulie, record the sparring sessions. So if they ever release some edited version, you could release the full version, right? And there you go. But they're not releasing it. Okay, they're not. It's not going to come out, right? And we may never see these sparring sessions. But I hope they do leak out. I hope we get to see them, right? I'm just curious how it all turned out. I really am. This shit's fascinating, especially that we're talking trash, this, that, and the third. But a couple things: Paulie fights nothing like Floyd's, or is he at least trying to simulate Floyd? Like what's I just these are things that I'm dying to know. And if he spars Paulie too much, even if he starts catching on to what Paulie does, he fights something like Floyd. So it's interesting, right? Anyway, this is DStyleBoxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out.